So we need to install, because what we'll be doing today is we are using gettext to create a store. As rightly said, these are the functionalities. We need to understand questions, problems before we solve it. Change the name of the store. A store where users can change the name of the store. They can add follower names. They can add follower counts. They can change the status of the store from open to closed. So and vice versa. And they can add review to the store. They can change the theme of the store from light to dark mode. From light to dark mode. So you have understood that means we'll be installing our dependencies. We install the gettext dependency. So I've already installed that using the term. I installed it via the terminal. So Flutter add gets in our pub.html. So it is already installed. I think it is here. So you have installed gets, the latest version, and also the get storage. Because for us to change from light mode to dark mode, so we need to use the get storage, which saves. It's just like the Hive, the Flutter Hive. So it saves data. Let me say it's just like shared preferences. Yeah. So you are using it to store data. So maybe it's loading. Data is coming sometimes the last data that was loaded. So when the user opened the application, so that has been installed. So the first thing we need to do is we go to our main.dat. We initialize our material app. We initialize it to be get material app. So we initialize it. But before we go to that, so I need to discuss the basic principles in which gettext is being built. So we have 3 pillars of gettext. You need to note that because we have the state management. So it has 2 state managers. So we have a simple state manager used with the get builder functions, and also we have the getX. We have and the second one is a reactive state manager used with getter, which is 0bx. 0bx is obx. So the meaning of obx is observer. We talk about observer later. Observer. So it is used to update the UI or a part of the UI whenever a change is being made or a change in state happens. So also route management, we talk about it. So how do we change routes and other things in gettext, and dependency management. So how do we do that? So we need to take note of that. So we have created our app. We have added dependency. The next thing to do now is let's change our material app to get material app. If you want to use getX in your app, in your app root, in the root of your application, you need to change your material app to get material app. But that is what I will do now. So hey. Hello.
Hello, sir.
I want to import getX, the gets package. So I thought you should be able to install directly. So I want to import it so that it will be able to use the gets this thing.
Is it get/get? I don't remember.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. It won't work. That's the problem. It doesn't work here. Most of it doesn't work here. That is why I'm not using it.
It can be packaged, sir.
Hello. This is a
I
package.
can hear you, sir. Okay. Get slash Get slash get.
It doesn't exist. I don't know what is wrong with my system. It's supposed to suggest the get as I'm typing it, but it's not suggesting anything.
Maybe the installation didn't go well or something.
I'm coming, let me copy it from somewhere. Straight. Because I've already installed get text. I'm coming. So seems I haven't installed it all. And I just think I have installed this. I haven't installed this. I haven't installed the dependencies for me to be able to use the get text state management. Get text. This one is about to die. What am I typing? Let me copy it from it. What is wrong? Okay, thank you. So it seems I didn't save it the other time. I'm trying to, I don't know what is wrong. Since getx is not installed. Okay, okay, thank you. So I've been able to get the dependency. So we have our store, our getx store. The reason why I'm having slow this thing is because I need to. Okay, thank you. My system will soon die. So I think let's leave title for now. Let's leave title for now. So I've been able to use get material app. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a controller. You know, we are designing our application, so a store application. After adding our material app, so the next thing we need to do is add. We need to extend the getx controller. What is the function of the controller? I said it yesterday that we need controller and binding. So controller is just used to control some specific aspect of our application. So what does that mean? So for example, we have text controller, text editing controller. So it is used to control the aspect of our application whereby we want to edit text or other things like that. So controller is a tool for interacting with a specific piece of our application. So, and also we have binding. So if you want to instantiate a class, a controller, you want to use the content of the controller, then you need to instantiate a class using you need to bind it. You need to bind it. So controller is an object that allows us to control and interact with a specific part of our application. So an example is the text input field I said at that time. So we want to interact with it, whereby whenever let's say whenever a new text, we have a default text there. So whenever a new text is being entered there, so we want it to change. We want it to be want the variable to change. So that is the function of controller. If it is text editing, and we have controllers for other things like that. So that is just the function of controller. Let's create our controller. So because that controller is very important. Who can tell us why controller is very important in our library? Let's create our controller. So this is our controller. Hello, is anyone there?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we need some parameters. Who can tell us the parameters we need to change? What are the parameters that needs to change? The parameters that need to change that will be variable. The variable that needs to change here. So based on the application we are creating, where the user can change the name of the store, add followers. And that means in our controller we should have variables for everything here. So it will be different data types. So in our controller, that's the function of the controller, because we want users to be able to change when they enter new thing. If it is text editing controller, it should change. So we want it to be so we change the name of the store. That means we need to change the name of the store. In our we need to create a function in the controller whereby a variable in the controller whereby we have a default text. So a default text, the string, it will be a default string for the text. So and for the follower count, what data type will it be? The follower count and the follower names. The follower names will be with data type. Yeah.
String.
Hello, please. Follower names.
Strings.
Of the follower. It might be strings, but it might be string, or the best is to use lists. If they are followers. Follower names and names, not only a name. It will be list. So the name of the store will be what? So let's create it. So let's extend the getS controller. Let's create our store. Let's create our store. This thing. Our class store. Our store controller. Where is our code? So let me import getX. My system is about to die, so that is why I'm rushing.
That's what during the class now, my work.
Yeah. I don't know what is wrong. It's supposed to normally if I try before if I create the class now, I'm supposed to be able to.
I think this one will work.
Okay, it should work. Okay. What am I writing? Sorry. So in our controller, the first thing we are final. So the first thing is what the users will be able to change the what. Hello.
Name.
We have the store name. You will be able to change the store name, right? So we have the store name. The store name. What should be the default text? So in getX, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? In getX. Hello.
We can hear you.
I'm only hearing my voice back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
So in getX, don't forget that we need please, so let's mute our mics, please. I'm just the echo is too much. So in getX, so we need to use OBS. The meaning of OBS is observer. That observer, what is the function of that observer? So the function of that observer in getX is to make the variable observable by we are making the variable observable. What does this mean? It means that when the variable changes, don't forget that the variable will be changing based on the user's inputs. So when the variable changes, it notifies other part of the application that depend on it. So it will notify the other part of the application that depends on it. That is the function of OBS. So that means we are adding OBS to the back, OBS. So before we put our semicolon. So the next thing is what? The next one is what? Next one is what? Yeah. The store what? Is it the next one is followers, Abi? Please, I can't see my screen. That is why I'm supposed to have written it down. The list of followers, right? The follower names. My system is low. Followers list. Let me say followers names. Oh, don't let us use name. Let's use list. So it will be an int. Don't forget list. It will be sorry. It's not list. It will be. I said it should be list. So what do we do to it? We add OBS for it to be observable because we are using getX. Also, we have. I'm just rushing anyhow. I don't know why because my system will die now. OBS. So the next one is what? I'll just do like 3. So we move to binding. We need to bind. What is the function of binding? Why do we need binding for this thing? Because we need to create an initial binding. So whereby it will be in our root of our application. We need to create a store binding, and the function of that binding is for us to be able to access it wherever we want to, in any screen we want to use it. We want to be able to access these controllers. They are these methods that we have created, these functions that we have created, these variables that we have created. So for us to be able to access anyone we want to use on different screens, then we need to create a binding to access this. Then we use the binding. We'll be able. Hello, my system is there. Please, I'll try and use the text pad on my phone. So you try.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is hello.
So no problem.
Or someone should share his screen. So let me just be explaining with you. Someone will be the person will be. I hope you are getting the function of controller now. So the reason why I'm using a single controller for everything, for every screen, for all the screens, is because you are having a preliminary explanation. So that is why, if it is for a production project, for each screens, it is best. You might have different variables. You might have more than 3 variables for a particular screen. So it is best that you check online. If you check the architecture that most senior developers will use, for each screen they have the controller and binding. That is why they have to have the controller and binding for each screens. So even not only in getX. So, but because I'm using this tool, that is why we are having a single control and a single binding for everything. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to explain.
I got it, sir.
You said what?
Get what you're saying.
Okay. So, I don't know. Someone should help us share his screen, sorry, so that I can continue explaining. So, we are creating the controller. So, the variables. So, the variables, so they will change based on interaction from users. Whenever the users then use this text now, text editing controller, it will change. So, we need to call the variables, then the editing controllers, we need to put it there. That is our screen, please. I'm saying is screen. We don't have any text here. So that is Nigeria for us, so I don't know why. So please, who is sharing the screen, please? I'm waiting. Who is sharing the screen? Let me type everything I'm doing here.
See my screen, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Okay.
Please create a new project. Have you created a new project? Please create a new Flutter project.
Okay. So can you still see my screen?
You can see your screen.
Okay.
You have created the string, the variable. So after creating the variable, we create the editing controllers. So we have created the store name as a string, the followers names as a list. So we need to create the followers, the follower counter. So and that will be what? It will be with data type. With data type would that be? When we declare that variable, what data type would it be? Hello?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I can't see your screen again.
Oh. Okay, I'm coming. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen now.
Okay. Can you see my entire screen? Can you see it?
Your entire screen, yes.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
Your entire screen.
That's good. Okay.
So you have created the new project, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and add get material app to the root of the app. You should have added the getX and the get storage dependency. GetX dependency and the get storage, because you'll be using get storage. I said it for the light and dark theme.
Flutter get, have you?
pub.dev.
From here, right?
You said was okay. Flutter pub add get. And also Flutter pub add get hyphen storage. Is not hyphen underscore storage. Sorry.
Pub get.
Pub add. Sorry, add. Pub add, because you are adding a new dependency.
Okay. Storage. Hello?
I can hear you.
So
Get
Flutter pub.
get underscore storage. Pub add on get underscore storage.
Get is already in the dependency. Will you try to update the constraint?
Said get
Hello?
no get hyphen. There is no space in between. Get hyphen storage. Get not hyphen underscore storage. No space. So after doing that, please try and
Hyphen this one. Oh, let me just go in here.
go to pub.dev. Okay, go in there and just add, or go to pub.dev and check how it is being added to this thing
What?
as a dependency. Pub.dev.
Okay, I'm coming.
How do you get started in digital marketing? Grab this course on Udemy. You'll get introduced to email marketing, market research, SEO, remote media marketing, just about everything you need to get started. You'll get the latest techniques and build.
Sorry. Oh. What is this one like this? Okay, sir. Thank me.
Storage.
Hello?
Just write get storage.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Go to your the root of your application and change the material app to get material app. So then create a new dat file in your lib.
What is the name? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
So what's the name of the file? What name should I give it?
Store. You can give it store controller. Store controllers.
So store controller.
Yes.
Okay. So what's next?
Have you need create a class, a store controller class that extends getX controller.
Get controller, abi?
Yes, get X controller. Get X controller.
X. Okay.
So then let's declare our variables. Don't forget variable for each applications or for each screen in the controller depends on the variables we expect. Don't forget that the variables that will be changing. So that is what we'll be declaring there. That is that the store name in our application, we want the user to be able to change the store name. So that means we need to declare the store name variable, and we have a default value for the store name for the string. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to explain. So
Okay.
whereby the default name will be there. So on the UI, so then when the user changes it, when the user changes it, then it changes to what the user has changed to. I don't know if you are getting what I'm trying to explain. So let's
Okay.
create a string final.
Okay.
Store name. Then we have a default name, and then don't forget we need to use the observer. This thing, the OBS. So for each variable declared, we need to add .obs at the back.
So now it's bringing out error.
I can't see very. I'm using phone, so I'm trying to zoom it.
Okay. This .obs in front of Said.
Yes. That side is a string.
Yeah, but it's bringing error.
The best practice is to use one hyphen. You need to import getX, get package. Yes, I've installed it. The best.
It's not X. S.
Boss,
Sorry,
what did you
it's
say?
not X. It's S.
Okay. 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 What's the next one, sir? Hello?
Can you hear me? So
I can hear you.
we have OBX and OBS. Here, whenever we are declaring variables, default variables in controllers, we use OBS to listen, or let me say to listen to no, not to listen to change, to let me say to listen to change based on the interaction of the user. So OBX is usually used with the UI. Is used to update the UI that the variable has changed. That OBS will observe, the OBS we are using here at the back of each variable here is to observe if there is change in state of that particular variable. So when there is change in state, it changes. So when it changes it changes to the new value. When it changes, then we need to update the UI so that it will show to the user that what you have entered. The user will enter it. When the user is entering, after the user has entered it, it will not automatically update in the UI. For example, if the user entered the detail, the new store name, and they save. So when they save it, this OBS that we are putting at the back of each variable will observe, and it will change this variable to the new one the user has entered, but it will not reflect in the UI. What you make it to reflect in the UI is the OBX. We use OBX for it to reflect the changes the user has triggered. It will now use OBX to inform the UI that the new change should show. That is the difference between OBS and OBX.
Okay.
Mostly OBX is being used with the UI, with a widget in the UI. Let's say that we get there.
Okay.
So
sir.
this is OBS.
Okay. What was the second variable, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Hello?
What? I can hear you.
What is the second variable? Final.
The second one, our application that we are creating. The next one is follower names. Follower names. So we have the list. So we'll be using lists. So let's create a final follower names, or what do you call it? Follower names or follower lists. So I don't want us to use names because it might be mistaken for store name. Like it is the same. So if we use list, they will understand that it is the names. It is more than one. So let's create final. Next one is final.
Okay.
So the next one is follower counts. The counts. So that what we use there, that will be integer. That is sure that it will be integer because it is counts. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be counting from 1, 2, 3, 0 to 9, or more than that. So we use int. That means we use final follower counts, and that means it should be number. It should be number. So that, and the initial number will be 0. Initial number for any count that is starting from the beginning is 0, except we want to start from a particular number. That will be the initial value of the follower, so that we want it to be automatically we have default follower count, maybe 1, but the default one should be 0. So then 0 to be 0.obs like that. So the next one is.
But it's giving this. Try change the type of variable or casting the right hand to type int.
You said what?
Oh.
Is bringing an error.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to put int in the front.
Okay.
That if you are declaring, you don't need to put int. For example, when you declared list, you didn't put list there. So
okay.
the data type Flutter will automatically map the data type by you using the correct thing. So as you use the list, this is the list figure. Flutter will decode it that you mean list. You are mapping list. This variable is using list. The first one is using string. The last one is using integer. You don't need to put int.
Okay.
So whenever you are declaring, you don't need to put int. Whenever you want to put int, they will put final. So your final will not be there. So let's go. I think my boss talked about it while he was giving us lecture on that then. So the next one is this. I want to check the question. This change the status of the store from open to closed and vice versa. So the status of the store, that is true or false. Don't forget, true or false. It might be true and it might be open, true, or false, closed.
Hello?
Can you hear me? What was my last statement?
You're talking about open and close. I don't get it.
I'm talking based on the question the application we are building. So we are adding variables. So don't forget, most of the things here will intrigue a state change. So we are creating the controller, and the next thing is change the status of the store from open to closed, and vice versa. If you check the question, so that means we'll be using bool. Is it that true? When it is true, the store is open. When it is false, the store is closed. So that means we create a final, maybe store status. Store status is equal to true. So let's set it to true. Open true.obs.
Okay. Hello?
Okay, I can hear you.
I've done it.
Okay. So add reviews to the store. The followers can add reviews to the store. So for each followers, they can add reviews to stores, to the store. You know, we have only one store. You can change the name of your store, only one store. Don't forget, you are creating a store, but you can change the name of your store. So you have many followers, a list of followers. So those followers can add reviews to the store. So which data type are we using?
String or
Check it
list.
very well. It's correct, but which type of list? We already have list. The followers are using list. So because we want the review, each follower's reviews should be mapped to each follower. If you write this, then follower 1 wrote this. So we are using map with the list. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So we are using map. I don't know if you get the function of the reason why we are using map. So we want to map each follower's review to the follower.
Okay.
So if you give a review now, we map it to you. So let's create review. Yeah. How do we create maps? Don't forget the final reviews.
I don't know how to create my map.
If you want to create map,
Okay.
You open your less than. What is the professional name in programming? I don't know the professional name for that less than and greater than. I don't know if someone knows it here. The professional name for that less than. So you open a less than, then you write the name of the map. So maybe you should use store reviews, or we should use reviews, or which one for the map name. Then you close it with greater than this thing back. Okay, let's say it is called open tag. You create it, you open an open tag, you write the name and you close the tag. So that is the name. I can remember in HTML, call it tag in HTML. No. So after creating, you need to map it to the list. Map it to the list of the follower. So you need to map it to map into the list of the follower. You put the list open back, the list in front of you. You don't need to put dot. So list after closing the tag, then the next thing is list, then dot obs. I don't know if you get that.
Yes, but the store review, the name store review isn't a type, so it can't be used as a type argument. Try correcting the name to an existing type.
I don't get.
That's what is written here.
That
the name store review isn't a type, so it can't be used as a type argument. Try correcting the name to an existing type or defining a type name store review.
have you written everything? Have you put the list in front of it?
Yes, now this is the list in front of it. Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. I'm trying to zoom it. I'm seeing it. I see it. Type. Azal. I don't get. Boss, are you there?
I'm here.
Create a type or a function. You need to create a function. Store review, function store review. To do that, to be able to use it.
Okay, how will I do that?
I'm coming up. My boss, HK, are you there? Can you figure out what is wrong? It's telling us it's not a function of this thing. Hello? Hello?
I'm here. I'm hearing you.
Well done, well done. So I don't know if MHK is there. I don't know if he's also. I don't know if he's also there.
Now I create store review as a class. Is it?
No, it should be a function. Function will start with void. Should be a function, not. So create a function. Create a function.
How do I create it? That's it.
Create the function to be in the function should be inside the class, the store controller class. Create void. Let me try and type it.
Void store review. Is that?
We need to name the function. Which name should we give to the function?
Myself.
But we are getting a.
So
we are trying to create a map.
I want to create what? Void.
A map.
A map.
Yeah.
The one you created here is still list now. List with a parameter.
You have created the map. So it is returning an error. What is the error it is returning?
There is no this thing here now. You didn't have this is a model. What you added here is a model. There's no model yet. Inside that greater than less than is a model there. So you have to create a model for that.
Okay.
I don't get what you said.
What I'm saying, that store review is more like a model. The one you added inside bracket.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
I can hear you, boss. So I think it is telling us that it is not of a type of something. So I'm not thinking we should create a function. What do you think?
What I'm saying now, this thing here now, the one inside that greater than less than is a model. For that thing to work, you have to go and create a model class, like an object now.
So are we creating a class or a function? Or what do you think?
You know, I wasn't aware of what you guys are doing there, what was happening earlier, but what I'm saying, you see that store review right here. This store review here is a class.
I'm saying that you know should we create methods for it?
Yes, you create a model for it of a method. I don't know. Now you can but you know, now I'm supposed to create it at the other side. It's not supposed to be inside this controller.
share the method.
You're supposed to create it on maybe inside a model class or something.
Okay. Okay, we'll create it. Let's don't let us. We'll create it later. We get there. Let's leave the error. Leave the error. Let's move to the next one. We have another one there. Change the theme of the store from light to dark theme. So we don't need to create anything with that. I think the next thing we need to do is the editing controllers. We need to create the editing controllers. Those are space, those spaces that requires users to edit. So that requires users to edit, that they will enter text. We need to create an editing controller for it. So what are the functions that it requires users to enter text? Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Your question is not clear.
I said we are done with creating variables. So the next thing is there are some places whenever we have in Flutter, whenever we have places whereby users can edit text, whereby whenever we have an input field whereby users can enter text, and we want it to intrigue, we want the text to dispose the default text with the new input that the user is entering. We need to create a controller for it. We need to create a text editing controller for it so that they'll be able to edit it. So whenever it is being entered and saved, so it will be observed by the controller. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
I get it.
So let's create for each. What are in our application? We are having change the name of the store. So that is the text editing controller. Add follower names. That's the text editing controller. Which other thing?
Add review.
You said what?
And store status.
No, they don't. The store status is a bool.
Okay.
You don't need to add.
Okay.
So let's add those three. So let's create final store name editing controller, or we can give it any other name. Store name editing controller. So it's equal to text editing controller, the function, the text editing controller that we used to put in front for all the three.
This store name, where do you is it? Do you want me to go back into the main .dat?
No. Inside this controller, we are creating text editing controllers.
Okay.
I said is that after we have created controllers for every class after we have created a variable, because the reason why we are creating variable for all these classes we have created is because it will be changed. It will be changing. So it will be changing. That is why it is called variable. So, but for any edit, if in Flutter, if users will interact with the input field and they will edit, they will enter text, we need to create editing controller for those spaces that will interact with the input field. That is why we are creating a text editing controller.
Okay.
I don't know if my explanation is to an extent. So inside that controller class, we need to create. What are you saying, boss?
Sir, I'm trying to charge my laptop.
Okay.
Now, final store
Store name editing controller.
Name editing. So what is?
You put text editing controller in front. It is a default controller in Flutter. Should bring it for you. Text editing controller. Capital letter text editing controller. The default function. Default method. What do you call it? I don't know.
Okay. Is it correct like this?
Yeah, no, you don't need to put ABS. It is a default controller in Flutter. I said it. So this is a default controller in Flutter. So it automatically updates. It is normal. It's a default controller, just like it is a default controller in Flutter. I don't know how to explain what that. So let's create for the next one.
Okay. What's the next one?
We the reviews or the follower. Let me check the question. And the follower's name, yes, we enter their name. So follower name editing controller. Let's call it follower editing controller or anything. Can call it any name. So the review too. Review controller or review editing controller, any name. So we use the text editing controller to be in front.
Okay. Do we have any controller again?
Review. Have you added review?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the next thing to do? So we had a error the other time. So then that means we need to create some methods. So for example, we need to create the method for changing the name. So the method for increasing the followers count and the method for changing the store status. So don't forget, if we are using set state, so we need to normally create methods to change the state. Whereby whenever the state is being called, or let me say it's being intrigued, it is being triggered, it will change. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't know. My phone too will soon die. My phone will soon die.
Let's just call it a day. It's like the two of us are struggling.
We are struggling.
Yeah.
As how?
Like the two of us are struggling. If it were to be you are on this other end with a laptop like this, it will be very easy.
And that means we should have a class very early tomorrow, because we're having a class by 5 p.m. tomorrow with Gaddafi.
Okay.
So then we
That if that will suffice.
The reason why you need to have this project, your next project, the real project, most of these features are there. So
Okay.
if you use it now,
Let's make it early tomorrow.
Okay. 8 a.m. Don't let me promise to 8 a.m. because of electricity. Let's have it by 10.
What time is early?
I go and sit down in a PlayStation.
Okay.
But please, I will message you. I didn't get what you are trying to say the other time, that we should create a model. But I think we should create a method. I didn't get what you are trying to do.
Let me quickly show you something. Do I have anything here, sir?
Yeah, you can say something.
So let me quickly share. Okay, let me check my system if I have anything that I can share. Okay. Let's say, for instance, if you look at this thing here now, this is more like okay, this one is state, sorry. But now, if you look at this thing, this is list. List is calling a method, sorry, a model called call messages. Now I have the list of another one calling inside message list, more like message list. So whatever that is inside this bracket is more like a model, not a method. Now, if you are creating a method is now the one you can use to add or remove or delete and all those things. So let me see if I can see a complete project of mine, then I can use it and explain myself better here.
Okay.
Any project on the test. Let me see the first one. Okay. Now this is my appointment controller. So I use this is a appointment list. Now inside here is a model I created. Let me, if you lose now, I will now go and check. So we can navigate to that very place. All these ones here now are now, I think, this is now the method that can perform functions, I think. Well, Sabi?
Yeah, these are the methods. Those ones are the methods. The void and the
yes, these ones are the method. But see this one inside this greater than less than. Those ones are the model I created. It's not the way I want to go, but let me quickly use my hand and navigate to that place model. Now you see that if you look at this code now here,
the model.
So
is it a model for the API?
The model for this, this app is just an app that a patient can book an appointment with the doctor. Now this is the appointment model.
Okay.
Now I see the date, the ID of the appointment, the title of the appointment, the notes of the appointment completed, the date the person booked, the starting date time and the ending time. I added column and I added reminder for notification. So these are my models here now. So when I now on this my controller here, when I now add a list, now what I'm picking here is the whole list of whatever is the appointment anybody have. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
So anything that is in between any of those brackets becomes is a model, because you are trying to tell him, okay, whatever you are doing, obey whatever that is in this bracket. We call it not ternary? I don't forget the name, sha, but when I go school pass me, when I know I'm.
Okay.
So
I've gotten your point that if you want to get anything
now, if this one is a list. If you want to do map, me personally, I like using Vertex property. So if I say my own does not like your own, you know they bring options again. Let me see results. Normal map is like this. Normal map is like this. This thing here simple means let me say normal map, you know. It goes with key and value. The key is string, then the other one is dynamic. So this is normal way of map. If you are doing it without gettext. So this thing here and this thing here is almost the same thing. It's more like me writing something like this, writing list like this thing here now. I can use list like now change this thing to lists. It's the same thing when I use var. But now when I use var, it's more like a dynamic list.
It's a variable. I've gotten what you are trying to say. I've gotten it.
So that's it, Sha. Not I don't want to add anything.
I will try and figure out that this thing. I will try and figure out.
Okay.
So please, I'm very sorry for disrupting the class. We're supposed to finish this thing today. Even if we are not able to finish it, we're supposed to be able to do the UI and change the name and add followers and followers count at least. We continue by 10 a.m. tomorrow.
What time, sir?
10 a.m.
Okay.
Nigerian time, West African time. Look, Mr. Lukman, how far now? You came late. I don't know if you are getting what you have been trying to explain. You had some explanation before you started. Can't hear you. Mr. Lukman.
Hello, sir.
Can hear you. Hello.
I can't hear what you said, sir.
I said, hope you are getting the concept of the gettext statement we are trying to have. You have seen the question, you have seen the project you have done. No, you came late.
Yes, sir. As I joined the class, so I was trying to follow it along with assignment.
Okay. Welcome, Lukman. So I was saying before that we need to correct you on what you did on your assignment, on your this thing. But give me a few minutes. Let me quickly rush and so I can get your code so we can edit it together. With the permission of my boss. I will phone now. Lukman, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm with you, sir.
Okay.
Please, let's call it a day. Do take care. Thanks for coming to the class.
Don't call, just Just exit. Let me show Lukman something.
Okay.
So, Mr. Said, are you seeing my screen now? I'm trying to run your app, it's not running. It's still taking time, Sha.
Okay, sir.
But then what I was trying to explain to needed to explain to, let me just be saying it like the verbally. Now, if you look at what you did here, now you did a nice job, but then it's not quality wise, it's not reusable.
Okay, sir.
Now, if you look at here now, we're having the same input field here, input field here, input field here, input field here. So there are better ways to do it so that you won't be writing the same code every now and then. Now, let's say, for instance, this one here now. I'm going to use this one and as an example. I just have to come here. Let me just do such a, let me say create a common. Then create a widget. Then I'll create my, let me say input text field. That's so let me copy this one here. So let me just copy from the column we created. Copy. Now I'll come here and do my stateless widgets. And let me just custom text field. I'll just return your column back before I start modifying it. So this is what we have here. But I'm still going to change them now. Now, if you look at this thing now, I've created the same thing you created. But now, the only different here now is where here is I'm going to make my own reusable. Now, for me to make those things usable, there are some certain things they have in common. All of them have a name, and all of them have a so the first thing I'll do is I'll just create a, I might decide to create all of them are, this one is what's it called? This is text. This is level. Okay. So now I can just say final string. Let me say title. Now I will click here to create a constructor for it. Fine. I think we are good to go. Now, what I just needed to do is just come here, call this title here. Call this title here. Remove the constructor. The same thing, come here. Call this title here. Now let me now quickly go here and I'll this one. So let me now. Why is this not running yet, Scrum? I either need to run. Need to run. Oh, no, this is not, it don't run finish, I don't know. Or using a different emulator. So you still see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is your work in a different phone. So for me now to fix this, what I just have to do is I will click and do wrap with a widget. I'll do wrap with a widget. Then I use single child scroll. Let's see if we solve it. Okay, I think we are good to go. So now what I will do here, remember what I created here? I created a custom text. This. Now it requires what title? The other title is a username. You see? Now I can use the same thing now to do first name, last name, and everything.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I use my first name, although I'm not going to make it like the way you only use I think row to demarcate them, right?
Yes, sir.
So last name. Now the same thing you did, I use one code base to do all of them. Are you getting me? So,
Yes,
but
sir.
now for me now to make this thing workable now, I still need to come here now and create another thing called text controller. Now the that one will be text editing controller, yes. And my name is controller. I'll put this thing. I'll just add it to your generator, everyone. Sorry, this one should go. So you notice now, this is where I can start adding this is controller for email address, this controller for this controller for that. So personally, there are some widgets you create if you don't have the stuffs already. Okay, let me just quickly create all of them so we can. Okay, you can use variable. If I don't want to use username equals to text editing controller.
Yes, sir.
What is that? Let's see. Last name. So I will just come here. Okay, this one is let me see first name. First name. I just come here and still call it user call. First name. That's plain. So I've created controller now. So the next one I would think of, okay, I didn't notice the icon now. I can still come here now and create another property, icon. Let me see. You can use widgets. You can use widgets. This one I think is prefix, Abi.
Sir?
I think it's prefix. Let me just icon prefix.
Yes, it's a prefix, yes, sir.
So I can never icon prefix. Let me do another widget. My name is icon. Did I get the suffix? What is the spelling again?
SU.
Is it actually F?
Yes,
Is it like this? No. Is it like this? I'm not sure, but what about a meeting?
Sir?
Am I omitting something or that suffix?
Suffix, I think maybe R is there also.
Yes, I think R, yes. Suffix, yes. It's like this. So I don't want suffix to be compulsory because everything will have suffix. So I will remove that require use question mark. The question mark simply means that it can be null. You already know about it. So this place we wrote this suffix now. I will delete it and add my prefix. I will add my prefix. I think icon prefix. So I'll still come here and add my icon prefix. The icons dot use a person.
Yes.
So let me say if it's password down. And if it's password, I can use icon prefix. I do icons, sorry. Dot icons dot let me say log. Icons dot email. So environment. You see, I'm still using one code base to do all these things now. So that's how you're supposed to, what I expect you to do. See, I'll just use this one to just separate them the way you did the last time. You see? Now the same thing you can say happen when you want to do your prefix. Let's say I change this thing down to that let me say password. Now password will have a prefix, have we? We have a suffix. So, okay, I then add it. We make mistakes. The single, yes. Let me just quickly. So come back here. This one might be icon button because it's clickable. Although at times I prefer using like this, that visibility. Well, now, if I want to make it clickable, I can still wrap it with the gesture detector or an inkwell.
FBI. There's senior citizen across the street that needs some shoes and doctor whatever case. Just do that time for the woman there.
Where is this in the eye one? You see, I'm still using one code base to do all these things. I'm going to go and add my tab. Where is it? Okay, let me confirm if it's print now. Just check within my console. The work print. Let's see. It's printing. I think you can still do your boolean. You can still add your boolean here. Let me say something like is clicked. It's clicked equals to false. No, here I'm supposed to put it. Supposed to be.
Boss, I want to understand what is going on at this end, sir.
Where?
You are claiming you want to create a bull.
Yes, I just did.
Okay. What is bull going to do? Well, I see bull is click.
Now I want to use it and check. If we click here, we will turn to visibility now.
Okay.
I just want to work on here.
The functionality of the
yes.
icon.
Yes. It's easy for you. I'm just telling you just to show you that this thing is how you can do it with one widget.
Okay, sir.
But I think you understand what I tried to do earlier, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the correction I wanted to make with you. I believe you have understood what I'm trying to do. Any need for me to continue?
Yes, continue, sir. Continue, sir.
Sorry, not here. I'm supposed to put this thing. I was doing it to another place. It's supposed to be on prefix. Yeah, it's supposed to be clear. Let's see whether. Okay. Now I'll come back here. Okay. Supposed to change. Okay. Sorry. I'm supposed to add the set state. And since I'm not using what do they call them again? I'm not using this thing. I'm not using any state management. I first of all need to convert this thing to stateful widgets because the screen properties can change at any given time. So after this, I'll come here and do set states. The system is supposed to work here. Let me quickly check. Where is that code? There's one code. I need to check one of my code and see the actual how I did it. I can't remember. Sorry. Good. So some of these things, you think say you still have am for head until when you wan do am, you go forget am. Another time when you still no do your head again. Sign up. Password. Disability. I hope so I use am here. Well, follow me the look. Yes. Oops. Country. Then prefix. Suffix. It seems I didn't use them here. You can check. That's the same thing I did here now. So this is it. Okay. Think it seems I did the mistake somewhere inside here. When I said I made a mistake inside here, it's supposed to be inside icons. Are you getting it now? It's supposed to be inside icons.
Yes, sir.
I think it's supposed to be inside icons. It's clicked. Let's see whether I've gotten it or not. It's still the same thing. This is the problem with if you're not using a state management, everything will just be done as you want. This one will work for you. Yeah, I'm not forcing you here to build. Okay, now let me use a compass. Let me see if it will work. I'm not supposed to put states. I don't know why this is it's not yes. I don't know why, but let me check. This should be the last resort. This one didn't work out there, nothing. It's supposed to be changing now, serious. It's supposed to be. Let's see. you see that is set the screen is selected is it can be equal to not selected. So I don't know why it's not changing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here now. If I try this first, we can see. Okay. Maybe before everything now I can do obscure. Can I do the obscuring? We get to the column. Obscure. This one is supposed to be Boolean. It's obscured. And I said, we are now doing first. Okay, equals to true. I don't know why your app they show this. I don't know what's in the way. I make I try another emulator.
Okay, sir. So can you the repo for the class you did about
That folder structure.
yes, sir.
I discussed with Abdullah. He suggested that you should kind of first of all try. As I discussed with Abdullah,
Okay.
so he said that you guys should first of all try and see if you can create it with the video. If it didn't work out, then I can now share the report.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't share the report. That's why I didn't.
Okay.
Let me see what that is. I'm going to certify what I missed. I'm yet to see it. This is the same thing I did here. This is it. The same thing of score.
What I was like, this one is like I'm trying to fix the code and not like programming
writing the code by myself, yes. So, but even at that, from the whole settings side, from everything so far supposed to work. Let me close everything up and see. This is it, yeah. Square is equals to so why is it now working? Let's see. It's working now. I see it.
Not yet.
Can I see my screen yet?
No, I'm seeing the screen. I mean, it's a bit slow. Yeah, I can see that.
That's one problem with the program. Let me restart it up and check something else. So, if you look at what I just did now, you notice that I'm using one code base to do everything from scratch.
Yes, sir.
So, that's how you do it. It makes your work flexible and you can easily trace error. And it makes your app have this uniform settings because you're using one something to now do all of them. It makes it to be more unique. So, any other observation? You know how to remove this thing ever?
Sir?
You know how to remove this thing, right?
Which thing is that, sir?
You know the bug banner already, right?
Okay, the bug banner.
Yes.
I learned it sometimes ago. I forgot to.
You just remove this debug here. Now, what I'm saying is, see, if you notice, it's not having the same color with the system. So you can remove it in various ways. You can write something like system Chrome dot set UI this thing UI interface. Then what you do is you now set what you want to set. I think is a system style. Now inside the system style, can I now set status brightness? Let me status back color. I can make it white or transparent. Maybe since I'm using white, I can use color dots white, colors dots white. Sorry, I make it color dot white. So if you notice now it's off that stuff here. So you can as well do something like you want the icon bar to show. You can still do where am I saying? Okay. Status. Let's see. Status bar icon. Icon brightness, yes. I can do it saying brightness or something. I think if it's light, it becomes white. I can't remember again, but let me set it to white first. Now set it to dark. Because it's reverse psychology here. See. Now, you know that as I already told you earlier now, you can easily modify your design from anywhere without start going from one page to the other. If you notice, if I use that method you use, I'll be running around because I want to fix this one, try to fix this one, keep going around. But I can use this one single code base and design everything I want to design. If I still want to do like you did your own that time, I think you used the column, right? Let me check. Or maybe size, input name, username, okay. Put test name, okay. You use expanded widget. If I want to still use it, I can still use it. Where is it? If I can insert, okay, here. Let me use it as an example. Expanded. Expanded. Let me see. Did you use to expanded here? You used to expanded. You did the rule and do expanded. And for a sec. See. Can still do what you did wrong. Let me copy this. Copy. Paste. If I don't want to do like when you did, I use spacer. If I don't want to use expanded widget, I can use spacer just to shift each of them to the extreme. But it might give error, I don't know. But let's give it a shot and see. I thought I'm going to give bandwidth or whatever.
Please help me to. The screen is. The screen, okay. It's not moving now. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Is the spacer working as the same function as expanded widget?
No. That's two different things. This spacer is just more like you're doing an excess alignment, non-excess alignment. So you do a non-excess alignment space between. That space is just separate to them, but as I told you, it's not supposed to work because I'm using it inside I think a scroll view. Using inside a scroll view, look at it. Unbounded width. If I want it to be able to work, I need to come and delete this single child scroll view.
Okay.
Let me see whether I still give that some error. Okay. Contains a rule and a service or size bar can be used to constrain. Okay. I've seen the. I understand what it's trying to tell me. Boss, I'm going to give you water. Okay. Let me show that this one will work. Why? Why is it giving me an error? Why is it giving me an error? Okay. Since it's taking let me rub them individually. Suspended widgets. Let me show them. It just gives me an error.
What if we do the expanded widgets? Like, okay, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
Maybe
You can use let me use spacer. Let me use spacer here. Let me see. I'm going to space them. You see what the spacer is doing?
Okay.
Then you can decide to use a normal, your own normal size box. So, normal size box.
If you use flex, are we going to get the same results like this?
Even on this expanded widgets.
Yes, sir.
No, flex is you are assigning them how the size you want it to look. Like if I say flex 3, you see, I think you mean take 30% of the screen.
Yes, sir.
You see it. So flex is not the best option for this.
Okay.
So we're supposed to use size box. So size box it should be width, not height, with 20. But there's another one I love using that time. Name is Gap.
Okay.
And dependency. Gap. I didn't embarrass me. So maybe say the class is 10 o'clock tomorrow. Maybe before that 10 o'clock or after that 10 o'clock, if you guys have time, maybe Kusura can say gap for her. Don't know what to do. And we just do gap 20. The gap will just check whether or width you need and more height you need and just add up for you.
Okay.
So you don't need to start specifying width, height. If you read the here, see it takes no SS exit and cross. So once you put that key, that double, use the hand and choose which side you need it. Is it up or down or left? So I don't think is there another thing I needed to show you that you want me to show you that? The same thing on this button. You see what I did on this one? I'm supposed to do it on button too. I think I did it before. I've done it before, right?
No, we haven't done it before, but I'll have
You
to
know what
open
So the button, I expect you to do the same thing with the button.
Yes, sir.
So that will be our personal assignment. It's just the same method. The same method. It's not that all those things you did now is useless because I'm doing it with one code base. You can say add validation. You can add validation the same way. You can add validation, make it optional. Now each place you call validation, you don't write the validation there. Let's say if I come here now, where is that? This is it. Take it validation. Is it inside the text field? They don't come over this. I mean they say. Authentication keyboard type ahead. Now you see this keyboard type. You can see it keyboard type.
Okay.
You can still come here. I think it's a text keyboard. That's the property name. Text keyboard. I don't know again. You can just check. Text input type. Text input type. Can be such to be. Let me still call it keyboard type. I can come here now. Where's it again? I don't really add it here, so let me just see. This come here. Let me see. Add phone number button. Let me change this one of this one to phone number. Phone phone number. Can do my keyboard type. It's okay. Input type dot phone number. So then if I do this now, anytime I click here, the type of keyboard I'm supposed to come out supposed to be phone number. Where is it now? Why is it showing me? I don't know. It's supposed to show me the number. It's supposed to be number. Let me check whether I made a mistake. No. It's supposed to show number. It's supposed to be like once I click it, it will not deactivate. It will show putty character. It will just show phone numbers like
only numbers alone.
Only like something like this. So it's not working. I switched it to that area.
Oh, okay.
Even as I no save am. I mean no save am.
Okay.
So,
I said you should restart that time. I don't know.
okay, I didn't hear you. See, there's another one, Para. That one is it to tell the one should accept. I think is it input formatter? I don't know, sure. I can't remember again, but it's one of the things you help me and fix. I get him. So help me research about it. It's input action or input formatter. Text input action. Phone. I can't remember. So I think that's my correction. So I don't know if you have any other thing you want me to show you or guide you on.
As I want to design. I'm trying to design the one I designed was a sign up page. So I'm trying to design a login page.
Login page. Yeah.
So and I have the challenge I have is that I did below the sign up button. I did
Yeah.
I did a text that says already a user
Americans.
already, so in which you click on the sign up or sign login button or login
Yeah.
text, so it will take you
Yeah.
to the next screen
Login screen. Yes.
yes. So the first challenge I have is that how do I make the text to be clickable?
Clickable. Okay.
Yeah, for me,
Let's.
so and how is going to move me to the next screen?
Okay. Let's. Here I use you call it a text input text button. You can use text button. I can use normal text field. I can use normal text field. Let me say text like this. Let's say already have an account. Has an account, have you?
Yes, sir.
Has an account. Sign in. Can use this one now. Wrap it with that's what I call the. I think we just did it sometime a few minutes ago. Can use it the gesture detector. It's a gesture. Was there online class you are having with Mayoga?
Huh?
Was there online class you are having with Abdullahi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You told me that you are a student. You are a student. So now I can. If I want to go to the next screen, I use navigator. Navigator. Dots. I can use push, but I will not do the. See, there are many of them have pop. Pop will take you back. You have push with pop with name, like you want it to go back to this social name. You can have pop, that's a remove until. You have push, just like go to the next screen. You have push remove YouTube. You have push name, you have push name and this. You have campo, have maybe you have restaurable, you have this, you have that. So each of them are different types of navigation. But what we are doing now is let's just use push. But what you do for me later on your own, just Google each one of them. You can ask ChatGPT, explain to them, test it and see the difference. Some of them will work like push the name supposed to work with when you create a router. A route like you create your route, say home page. Now when you now use, you don't need to start writing all those like just write home page, you take you there. So we are going to use the normal one, which is push. Now push will still take you to the next screen, but still leave the other one behind. You can go back to it. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Why push replacement, push remove, push all those ones, name or whatever. Those ones will just, once you click to the next page, it closes the page. Like you remove the page from the memory. That's what people normally use. So your app will not be freezing because if you didn't remove the page, you assume that the page is still running on the background.
You're running background, yes, sir.
Yes. So that's why we use. Depends on you, the one we use. Now, like this, you don't do. Material page routes. Now, normal, you know how to use builder now. Just click and do your builder. I'd say let's use this one now. Okay, I think there's no page here for this. Let me just create page, call it login dot and then stateless I'll be stateless widgets email like login screen. Then I'll have my scaffold. Here's my body, center, child, text, login. So here I'll just do login screen. I think that's so. I'll close my closables. Let's see. Now if I click here,
Okay.
I don't know why it's not clicking now. Let me redo it and see. No. If you have no hand, why not the click? But this man, this thing don't do misbehave. Let's say it's like the past three. Okay, when they click now. Before the thing just hang. You click something, you know they respond. You see it now. I think you understand what we did here, Rabba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's how to make it. You did material button. Okay, I don't know that I did material button yourself. I can't do another thing. I think there is some material button here. Well, next time, listen now. All this is what we did here. After I don't declare material button, all of them should be inside here. I don't know where this material button is. But what we do next time, this material, listen, try a bit. After I declare material button, see whether I can declare those designs. Let me do this one. Let me just print something and see if it's actually working. Print. Hello world. Okay, it's working. So this is how you can move to the next screen here.
Okay.
Where is it? This is it. And welcome. Style. Text style. Can you type it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they code along. Okay, man. You don't want to say you don't see the code.
Sir, I not get it, sir.
I say you the code along.
No, not really, but I'm following. I was coding along before, but because the screen was lagging, so I have to stop.
Okay. Sorry. See, that's all. See? Right here. That's all.
Okay, sir.
I think that's all. So let me see if I can. But I don't have access to your repo, so I can't push. But let me see that too, whether I can push direct to your repo.
I think it's open repo.
Okay, updated. Yes, let me put updated commits. Let's want to stage, yes. I can now sync. Okay. So now I have it there.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You say I don't have permission. Let me just state. Okay. Let me just say no because I don't have a. You don't have permission to push to Lookman bit of. You would like to create the no. I don't want to. So I don't worry, Sha. When you need the code, you go there.
Okay, sir.
Yes, okay. So what you do for me as this class is going on with this Oga, our Oga, create that stem folder structure again. Use and create as in something you can be working on from there, be building your apps. So anytime you need something to work on, you can just go there. Because after his class, I would like to do final class as a small touches on GetX and routing and all these things. So you guys will be going back and doing this thing. So I think it's a good night or a good morning.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, brother. Later. Good night.